of Mormon is back on stage at the Overture Center.
The outrageous musical comedy about the misadventures of a mismatched pair of Mormon missionaries. That's a lot of alliteration for anxious anchors. It's back in Madison for its third run. Our Michael Bruno went backstage to learn more about the international sensation that is the Book of Mormon.
2 by 2, we're marching door to door.
So, for those of people that have never ever even heard of Book of Mormon, which I find hard to believe, just give us a little overview of what the show is kind of about.
Well, the Book of Mormon, if you have not seen it, if you've been living on Venus, you must come right away. The Book of Mormon is a hilarious take on two Mormon boys who are just about to start their mission. Together, they're going to go off for 2 years and preach the gospel to the world, and they are chosen to go to Uganda. So we take two boys from the squeakiest clean place on the planet and drop them into the most challenging place on the planet. And the Book of Mormon is a story about how even in the most difficult of times, faith inevitably finds its own way to serve people.
And tell me a little bit about the characters that you get to play in this wonderful musical.
Well, as they journey on their way, you know, of course, because they meet other Mormon mission boys, so the cast skews very young. So I basically play all of the white adults in the show. I played Jesus Christ. I played Joseph Smith, who is the founder of the Mormon religion. I play Elder Price's dad, who is one of the lead boys. I play the president of the Mormon church. I play pretty much anybody who's white and anybody who's not a boy.
And now this is not your first time here in Madison.
My third time here, and I mean, I've been to Madison several times because my daughter actually just graduated last spring from the University of Wisconsin's medical school here, and she's now in Oakland, California, doing her residency for OBGYN. But yes, I've played, I believe every time the show has played here at the Ovation Center, where we are right now, I have played Jesus Christ and Joseph Smith.
Is that daunting for you to think, I played Jesus Christ, and it's not Jesus Christ Superstar?
My MO used to be that I used to die in every show that I did. That was, you know, I did Les Mis, and I played Angeras, and I died on the barricade in that. I was Joseph Smith, Joe Gillis in Sunset Boulevard, and I was shot and killed and fell into the orchestra pit at the end of that show. I would just die and everything. Now, apparently, I played deities. Just before this, I was playing God in Children of Eden, the Stephen Schwartz show. So I guess that's my new thing now, is to play prophets and deities.
And how long have you been with the touring company?
I'm in my 6th year now, yeah. There used to be 2 tours of the show, and I was with the first national tour, and this became the second national tour and is now the only national tour, and I joined this one about 3 years ago.
So tell me about your journey of getting to the Book of Mormon. So where were you just before being hired, and how was your experience in getting cast in the first time?
It was a fun story for me because the first time I was asked to come in for the show, I was not able to come, so I sent a tape in for it, which is now a very common way of casting. I was playing George in Sunday in the Park with George in a regional company. Couldn't make it in, was too busy, and I did not end up getting the role, but then a year later, the role opened up. I flew in and had the audition. It was the shortest audition I've ever had. I don't think I was in the room for an entire minute. I came in, I sang Joseph Smith's Death, and they laughed, and I left, and I got an offer. They should all be that easy, and it's been just a joyful ride. As easy and fun as that has been, my 6 years with the show have been every bit as fun and easy and joyful.
If you can get them to laugh at your audition, and if they're laughing with you and not at you, well, that's a very good sign.
The funny thing is, John, is I didn't even think I was that funny. Apparently they did. I thought, well, oh, this is funny. Good.
Hello, my name is not John.
That's okay. We'll call you John from here, at least for another week or so.
Madison loves this show. This is the 3rd tour at Overture.
Yes, it is, and it's quite a spectacle. It really is a really funny show. It's a little rough around the edges, and it's not for everybody. It's not a family-friendly show at all, because it does deal with it makes fun of a lot of sensitive issues. But the cast is great. The singing and dancing is wonderful, and you know, he said he plays all the roles. He plays every white male character in the world that's over 30.
Yeah, you have to expect, though, when the makers of South Park make something. You're probably not going to go in with the warm fuzzies the whole time.
Very true. Yeah, it's not Sound of Music or Oklahoma.
Right.
No.
This is the final weekend. The Book of Mormon runs through Sunday at the Overture Center. For tickets and more information, go to overture.org. What are we doing next week, Michael?
Next week, it's Run for Your Wife, a British comedy at the Palace Theater in the Dells.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That'll be
great.
fun.
We will see you next week.
Okay.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
We'll be right back.